Hey, can you please log on when you get home so I make sure that I've got this up right? Perfect. All right, thanks. I'm back. Yay. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hey, how are you doing? I'm Yvonne today. She had an emergency, had to go to the ER for a family member. Yeah.
Okay, she was supposed to call me trying to make sure she got in, so.
Okay, yeah, I just was gonna say, maybe if you didn't have the volume on, potentially I've done that before.
Who's talking?
Michelle.
Okay. Mara's downstairs, I think, needs help.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, she's after me, I think, so. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Katie. Wait, now I'm talking to Katie, sorry. I'll wait till you sign in. Yeah. And computer audio. And then it'll be recording. I mean, it's already recording. I'm not even see it. Nope, you're not on. You're coming on now. Okay, I'm gonna hang up so I can tell if I can hear you, okay? Nope, you're actually muted. It looks like you're muted. Still muted. So maybe. Wait a minute. Here, I can undo you, I think. Ask to unmute.
Yeah. Mute. Okay. Yay.
Hi, Karen.
There we go. So you know what? We found out that Steve Bader could have done that remotely.
Oh. Oh, that would be nice.
Well, yeah, Scott, because I told Scott and he said, oh, Steve can do that from his home. I said, well, he didn't volunteer that information. So it is what it is. So we'll speed it along for you.
There's our Make a Difference Day extraordinaire. Carrie Goring. How are you doing?
Oh, I was just, hi, Mickey. Hi, Michelle. I'm good. I was taking a box of stuff from Yvonne to her this morning from Make a Difference Day. And I looked in that box with the forms and the signatures. And I was like, oh, there's Mickey's pen.
Oh, I forgot.
Do you remember you loaned me your pen?
Yes, I do.
Talked about it ever since, too.
Hang on, just one
So,
second. I'll be right back.
Hey, Carrie.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Carrie, Yvonne is not going to be able to make it. She had a family emergency. So I'm just going to turn
Oh,
it over.
okay.
So you'll be running it as usual.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. I wish I had some of that date, but I think Mickey, maybe you know where there. I know Linda Green from our commission was at another group. I think she was
I
at
don't know.
Southwest Park,
Who was at the park?
maybe.
I don't
Okay.
know.
I didn't know if you knew if anybody else was.
No one's contacted.
Okay. I'm gonna run and grab my phone really quick in case anybody's trying to text me.
Okay.
Got last minute instructions from Mara. She's here in case I have issues.
Oh, yay. Do they have a meeting too?
Yeah.
Okay. What time does theirs start?
7:30.
Okay. Well, we'll be done in plenty of time. Turn it over to her. So yeah, nothing happened while you. Huh?
Who's the chairman now?
Carrie?
Carrie is the chairman. Okay.
So yeah, she'll be able to take it over. I hope whatever's going on with Yvonne is okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And yeah, they apparently elections came in and I didn't know about it because the room was set up.
Oh.
So Phil was gonna push all the tables to the side so that he can do his learn to skate thing. And then Jean can have her class. And I just asked Phil, please put the tables back. However, they had them when he leaves.
Supposed to set up till the next day anyway.
I know. But they did ask me ahead of time if they could do a run through just
Right.
to make sure of their distance and stuff. And I said, sure, but I couldn't guarantee it'd be left up all the time. And when Kevin left, they still hadn't come. So maybe they just went in. And I didn't know. So it's like, okay. Yeah, tomorrow will be interesting. For sure.
Mhm.
Can you tell if anybody else is on?
And nobody else is on yet
Oh, wow.
besides Carrie.
Right.
I did hear from a couple of people today who weren't going to be able to join.
Okay.
Annie was going to be late, but I'm assuming Bill will call in.
Yeah.
And Ginger.
Yeah, and I sent
And
everybody.
Joanne.
Okay. Well, Joanne, this will be actually she's off of it, but I included her in.
Oh, okay.
Just in case she wanted to attend, that she would be used to it, but she is not renewing her term. So if she's not
Okay.
on, then that would be why.
Okay.
And there is, they're working on filling the vacancy. I know Ginger and someone else wanted to renew, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then there'll be one new one, hopefully by the end of the year.
And we have, is it 9 that we can have total? Or
Yeah.
8? 9.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you can have 9, and then
9.
plus staff liaison, and that's including council liaison. And Joanne, like I said, is leaving, so
Okay.
whoever else they select would take Joanne's place.
So we need 2 people right now. I mean, if we want to have a full commercial.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
And I'm judged by the people emailing me looking for the link. There was Tessa should be on, and Ginger should be. Pam might be a little late. But no one else had said, no, I can't make it. So,
Well, Annie said she might be late,
okay.
and Tess said she might be late.
Okay.
And I got an email from Linda Green
Yeah.
at the end of last week. She sent me some comments about the Trees of Distinction proposal. And she said something about, I don't know, maybe not being able to be in town or something, but she didn't say I'm not going to be at the meeting. So
Okay.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Well, she'll probably, if she's, I think last time, well, I wasn't at the last one. She had, the one before that, she had trouble with the audio.
Yeah, but I see her. She's logging on.
Yeah, dedication.
Good deal.
Perseverance.
Ain't it the truth?
Hi, Linda.
Looks like it's still connecting to audio.
Yeah.
Joanne's coming on.
Hey.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Jason Knittigan's heading to the rink for his first skate class with his son.
Who is?
Jason Knittig.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Joanne.
Hi. No, I'm not muted. I'm not
That's
muted.
awesome, Mick.
Yeah.
Hi, Joanne.
Hello.
Hi, Joanne.
What? If you want. Is that better? Okay, we're gonna-
I wonder if Linda is in the backwoods of Tennessee. A slow connection, maybe.
He is. I'm really jealous.
I know, me too.
Gotta be gorgeous there.
Oh, she's there. Yay!
Good.
Are you there, Linda?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hi, Linda.
Okay.
I hear you. We couldn't hear you before.
Yeah, I had to unmute it. I think we're set now. I have to tell you in 10 minutes, I
Okay,
have to
great.
take a cake out of the oven.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Good for you.
And I'll be leaving shortly.
Can we have some?
Okay, yeah. And you're bringing it to all our houses, right?
Right. Oh,
Hi, Ginger.
hi, there's, Ginger and Tessa.
Hi, Tess.
Ginger, do you want to change your name? Oh.
Oh.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Hey. What are you doing here? Are you our guest?
I am Yvonne. So I'm the
She's-
babysitter of the laptop.
She's the key. Yeah, she's at City Hall helping us out. Mickey is. Yvonne had a family emergency, so she can't make it. So
No.
yeah, Mickey volunteered to go hook everything up and make sure we behave.
Thank
All
you.
order, I'm told.
We are a rowdy crowd, Mick.
Well, I'm glad I made it home just in time.
Yeah.
I like your picture, Tessa.
Oh, Ted Drew.
Drew's, I love that.
Oh, nice.
That's my husband's favorite place to eat.
Good choice. I don't need any help.
Well, I think we could probably, I have 5:33.
There's Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Hello.
Hey, Bill.
Where's Linda?
Welcome.
Linda usually is on her phone, I think.
Oh,
So she's listening.
I'm here.
She's here.
She's just doing,
I've got all my notes spread
she's
out. in
doing
front of me.
audio.
I'm
We
trying
heard.
to- Yeah, I don't have a camera yet.
All right. Well, I know Annie was going to be late. And I guess, Pam was going to be probably late because she had a council meeting. Anne, I didn't hear anything from her.
I have not either.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we could just go ahead and get started. Thanks everybody for showing up in this crazy platform. I can't wait till we get to meet in person again sometime.
Huh.
But I know this is safer for all of us, so that's good.
And I can actually hear what's going on.
Good.
I've lost 45% of
Well,
my hearing.
I want to remind. Yes, scoot up. I just want to remind everybody, right, Mickey, this is being recorded.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And you actually,
Okay,
you froze there.
so we're being,
Yeah,
She's like this.
frozen.
okay. Am I still frozen?
Frozen, Carrie.
There you go.
We can
Let
hear you
me,
now, we got you.
okay. Sorry. I just wanted to remind everybody that we're being recorded tonight, and Mickey is sitting in for Yvonne. Yvonne had a family emergency, so Mickey's got us tied into the system there at City Hall, and we appreciate her giving up her time for us tonight. I'll just dive and give me the thumbs down sign or something, and I'll stop talking.
You're good.
I'm gonna try and move. Okay. Oh, there's Anne. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I think I'll just dive right into the agenda this evening, and we can start with
Let me do roll call first.
Okay, yes.
Okay, roll call. Carrie,
Here.
Joanne,
Here.
Ginger,
Here.
Linda,
It's here.
Bill,
Here,
Anne,
Here.
Annie, Tessa, here, and Pam.
Here.
Okay, and Pam. Okay, it's all yours, Carrie.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. And again, Anne, just want to remind you, we're being recorded this evening. And Yvonne is out for a family emergency, so Mickey's filling in for us. And I'll just dive right into the agenda here, which I guess first we need to, we don't have any visitors. So we're good there. Let's see, approval of minutes. I know there were a couple changes that had been suggested. Tessa, did you mention something?
Yes, Hamel, the street Hamel was just spelled wrong. It's
Hey, where's that at?
in B, letter B under the, I don't have it in front of me.
Okay, I got it.
First page. It's Hammel.
Okay,
And that's the only thing I saw.
okay.
And Michelle, in number 7 of the Make a Difference Day
Mhm.
stuff, the reference, it says See River to Pears website. It should be Great River Greenways website.
Oh, okay.
And I think that event is still coming up. Does anybody remember? We didn't have that date in the minutes.
That was October 24th through 31st, so it just ended.
Okay, so if you're interested in that, you check out their website. Okay, any other changes to the minutes? Okay, cool. Anyone want to make a motion to approve them?
I will move. I'll make an emotion to approve or second, whatever came first.
Okay.
All right. Old business. The only thing at this point left on our old business is the trees of distinction kind of public tree process we're trying to propose.
I'm sorry, just for a moment. I'm sorry, Carrie.
Yeah.
We had the motion and second, Tessa and Ann, but we didn't vote on that one.
Oh,
Right.
thank you. All right, let's vote to approve.
I so vote.
Me too.
All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed? Okay.
You guys can tell I'm still getting used to being the,
They were approved as amended.
thank you.
There we go.
Feel free to stop me anytime. Thank you, Mickey.
You're doing great.
Okay, now we can go on to old business, which is the Future Trees of Distinction program. And I don't have a lot there to give you guys an update on, but I did hear from a few of you. Linda had some really great comments, and Tessa reached out to me as well, and Pam Bliss actually provided some feedback also. I just need to kind of incorporate those changes and get to a place where I think we could take it to city council. And I would want, obviously, you guys to like proof what we're going to take there. And, but does anybody else have anything they wanted to add, or had anybody had any questions or comments or concerns about the stuff that I sent out after our meeting last time?
Well, I personally love the program. I'm just curious, do you have a timeline in mind? I mean, do you think about this happening next year when you can't really have meetings. I mean, I'm assuming we'll still be social distancing. And one of my ideas was we could do some of the
Yeah.
stuff outdoors. So I'm curious if you plan to do it, try and orchestrate it, get it going next year, or just delay it.
Well, I think Yvonne wanted to try and coordinate it with an anniversary that the city of Webster is having coming up. Does that sound, is the city having some sort of anniversary soon?
Not that I know of, I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's
Arbor
all
Day.
right.
We usually
There's really
have
at this point, there's really no timeline. It's, I think there's going to be a fair amount of collaboration and discussion that needs to happen with the Public Works Department in order for them to get on board. So I really see the beginning of this is more just conversations with Public Works and with the city, and hopefully Pam can be sort of our liaison that, is promoting this at a higher level, because we really have to get to, a higher level so that Public Works feels comfortable with it. So there's no timeline right now.
I have an idea. I think that maybe she was planning it. Missouri is having a bicentennial tree celebration thing, so it's probably in conjunction with that. I know we usually award them at the Arbor Day ceremony.
So, but it just really depends on how it moves through the city at this point. We don't want to rush anything and have anybody, fight the idea. I mean, it's really a solid idea, and if we can get buy-in from the right folks at the right time, then I think we'll be able to move ahead.
I guess I had a couple of questions about planting trees in the public right-of-ways is what you want to do. And that means on the boulevards, right, between the sidewalk and the street? Is that what that means? And it said, once planted, those trees would be stewarded by the homeowners. But I always thought that the city took care, or was supposed to take area.
They're only,
I'm sorry, the 4 large trees have just been terribly neglected because they weren't taken care of by the owners. And so as, really special trees of distinction, I don't think they're going to make it. There'll be another one that will have to be eliminated probably from the list. I mean, they're right now starting to take care of them. They're already pretty much gone, I think. So I wondered why the city didn't take care of those trees. I mean, I just don't understand. I thought they'd take them when their trees down when they're dead. Is that all they'll do?
I guess we'd have to talk to Public Works and their arborist about what they're willing to do, and that's part of why we need to have this discussion with them, as we lay the foundation. But going back to your original question, the trees that are planted would only be stewarded by the homeowners to get them established. And that would be spelled out in the sort of agreement. I mean, it's basically, we want somebody, that the first few years of a tree's life is really the most important part. So they would make sure it's mulched and protected from deer maybe, and water it. And, and then there would be a crew of people like Tessa or myself or Yvonne or other city arborists who might be, want to engage in this, that might go out and look at these trees once in a while to make sure they're being pruned at a young age, because that's really important before they mature. But then, not long after establishment, they would just go back to the city. But we would get them on the right foot.
The city would take care of them, or they would just take them out if they died?
Well, I don't know the answer
I
to
think
that.
that's pretty much the way it's been. Yeah.
They would be the city's responsibility after that.
Any chance we could meet with Public Works, sooner than later? Seems like since they're such a crucial part of this, we need to talk to them like now.
Well, Yvonne has talked to I think that would be a question for Yvonne to answer. She's thinking about that, and I think Pam and really thought that we would probably need to go to the council first to sort of talk about why this is such an important program, or could be an important program for the city, and really explain to them why everything we know, right? All of us committee members, we know why trees are so important. We know that they make our community what it is, and they bring a lot of value to real estate and parks, and
Well, the city's
they're a
name
big
is all
asset to
about
the
trees.
community for a lot of different reasons. Right. So I think they were thinking that it should go before city council first to just kind of vet the idea and get their support. And then maybe from that point, we could start conversations with.
Yeah, Public Works.
But I'm really kind of leaving that side of things up to Yvonne and Pam. I'm trying to get them their insight, because I definitely don't want to step on anybody's toes or push this in a direction where it could get negative feedback. And we want Public Works really to be part of it. Like Joanne said, they need to take care of these trees, and they need to understand how important they are. So if there might be a lot of education that goes into this first. Does that
I think
make
once
sense?
you get set to launch it, I mean, one good story in the newspaper would really
Oh, definitely.
help get this forward. Because I was working with a bunch of Cub Scouts, mulching some of the young trees over in Southwest Park during Make a Difference Day. And just talking with the parents, I was very aware that they weren't quite cognizant of what we were doing and how much Yvonne has done to add more trees and why those specific trees. That she's basically kind of building the lungs of the entire community by placing these trees in. So, I mean, once we started talking about it, they were quite interested, but just didn't get it until it was laid out to them.
Yeah, and I think much like Tessa and you and other people have said to me, we're watching homes go up and trees coming down and disease and affecting trees, and just, I think lots of people notice those things. They just don't really think about why it's so important. So I think all your suggestions were great, Linda. And I'm definitely will think about those as we step forward.
Well, it's very exciting and very important. I just really am hopeful we can get it going. Even if that just means a whole year of solid planning and, establishing meetings or communicating in some way to sort of get it ready to really go.
Yeah. Any other thoughts or questions? Okay, well, I feel like right now the ball's a little bit in my court. And I want to, bring a presentation to you guys that would be the framework for what we would say to city council. So that's on my list to do. Okay, well, if nobody has any more comments or questions, and you guys can email me anytime. I'm always looking for feedback on it. So if you have any ideas that could
I like it.
make it more robust, that would be great. Thanks, Ginger.
I think you've done a great job, Carrie, on it. So it's exciting.
Yeah, I was pretty excited for Pam's feedback. Like just to have, I know you guys have been on this committee a lot longer than me, and you have seen the representation from city council. So I'm excited that we have Pam on board because she seems pretty.
Actually have someone.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I think we can do some stuff. Okay.
And you mentioned, you mentioned including the sustainability.
Yeah, I think that's an
group.
and easy
Yeah.
tie-in.
At some point, which I think is good too. Okay.
All right. So no other old business. We can move on to new business, which would be volunteer projects. And I was kind of hoping maybe this is not new business, but I would love to hear about the Make a Difference Day project. I know Linda worked on, and I had a group of folks, and I know Tess has been doing some work in the little park over by her house. So I thought rather than maybe talk about future volunteer projects, we could talk about the ones we just had a good showing on, if that would be okay with you guys. So Tessa, do you want to give a little update about the park over there? I saw the changes, and you sent me a couple of notes, but I'd like to hear more about it.
Yeah, so I took a couple pictures and I should have sent them to everybody, but all of the chain link fence has come down and been replaced with the split rail. I couldn't think of the word. And that goes 3 sides and it looks really good. All the daylilies have been torn out. And Janice Schweitzer, who used to be on our commission, she's kind of spearheading this because she lives right there. It brings over water and does all that stuff. Got the okay with the neighbors that live really close. And we put in 3 beauty berries that I had growing in my yard. We put those around the storm drain in the back so that they'll get nice and full. And then she brought over some swamp milkweed and put that kind of around the front of it. And we put coreopsis along the fence line where the street is. And Thursday, I'm digging up a bunch of aromatic aster out of my yard and we're putting it behind the fence on the street line. And
What park was that?
McKee Park. I know. Oh, and then it has a stone marker for the park's name, and that was really covered by stone crop. So we moved all that from the front, put it in the back, and took out the daylilies, and I think there was some yucca. We took all that out, and then Janice brought over some wild strawberry as a ground cover in front to stay low. And so I think Thursday is probably the last work day for that. And check it out though, it's looking really good. And hopefully the flowers will fill in until, I think it's slated for another 2 years until it gets a makeover by the city. So we're just kind of trying to make it look a little nicer between the time. Oh, and I did get the okay to paint hopscotch or whatever on the blacktop. So I'm not sure if it's a good timing to do that now or just wait for the spring. But yep, we can do that. And I guess that's all for that park right now.
I was over there just over the weekend. I think Tessa, it looked really great. It was really fun to see the change.
Yeah, I think it'll be nice. And then the rocks, I don't know if the rocks got put into the side of the hill yet, but there were definitely rocks delivered, and they'll just kind of hold back the soil at the neighbor's house. I don't remember if those were arranged yet or not. I don't remember. So yeah, it's looking tidy.
Thank you.
And the only other thing I did for Trash Bash was Halloween. I don't even know what day it is, sorry. I helped mark drains around like Ivory Crockett and North Webster. So that was kind of fun. I was the only one that signed up for the afternoon session, so I should have bugged you guys. It was really easy though. So now they all have like one of those stickers that says it drains to the creek. Hopefully nobody will be dumping. So it was nice. It was a nice day. It was a good walk. I got to talk to a lot of the neighbors there, and everybody was excited about Halloween and super friendly. So
thank you. I know Linda was at a Make a Difference Day project. Do you want
Oh
to get?
yeah, I had, let's see, I think I had 10 Cub Scouts who flagged very quickly and hauling mulch. There was probably, Yvonne said there were 66 cubic yards
Oh,
of
Yeah,
heavens.
wood chip
Oh,
mulch dumped in big piles, little mountains around 3 or 4 groups of saplings that I'm sure many of us planted in the rain. I do remember in the rain, probably 18 months ago, maybe back in 2019, who are now they've gotten pretty tall. And I was trying to explain to them about how you make, donuts around the trees, not volcanoes. And to my surprise, I was going around undoing all these volcanoes to make them donuts.
Oh, no.
Despite my saying it, and then I had a big sign showing them how to make donuts instead of volcanoes, and explaining. But they truly, it was the only, I guess, the takeaway in terms of information for GSAC is that the parents were of course they worked like slaves to make up for what their kids were doing. And I heard, it was really quite charming. I would hear all these parents say things like, yes, Henry, sometimes we have to do things we don't especially like to do for the good of the community. Okay, you've had 5 minutes rest, chop, chop, let's get back to work. But the parents were wonderful. And I got a lot of questions about, do you know what kind of tree this is? And it made me realize, I was in Larson Park recently and saw a couple of trees that had little signs identifying the trees, and the weather and sunlight has faded them out considerably, but I just think that would be, when I do volunteer work in some of the parks, reading and stuff, people will stop me and ask me what tree is this. So maybe that's something we can think about too in terms of public education, because people love their parks. It would be neat if they could understand and identify what they're looking at in their own parks,
Right.
especially given what what Yvonne is doing with adding the natives, which are a little bit out of their ken. So, but it was, we didn't get one area completely done, but they did most of it.
So those signs, I actually wrote the names on those trees, and yes, I need to go back down and get a magic marker and go over them again because they are fading. Those came from Forest Relief, and it was Meredith Perkins, our new executive director, sort of brainchild that and had a bunch made, and then asked if anybody in the park system or public places wanted those. So we grabbed a bunch, and Yvonne and I kind of walked through Larson and put those up.
Yeah.
Had a lot of good feedback from that. I'd love to do that in all our parks.
Yeah. I'd be interested in maybe, doing that in some way. I mean, they were pretty simple. Looked like they were just printed off of a printer and put in sleeves. Vinyl sleeves are laminated in some fashion.
Yeah, it's that.
But
it's like that corrugated plastic or whatever.
Yeah.
So
that is a common question I hear from people just strolling by is, what is it? I mean, the fact that they're interested is hopeful, certainly.
Yeah.
But not many come through with a tree ID book with them, so it might be helpful.
I wonder if we could, Tessa, well, probably all of you guys have been on like a tree walk somewhere along the way. You go and you learn about trees at Tower Grove or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something we could think about for a GSAC sponsored event. Has that ever been talked about? I should ask first.
Well, I that was something I think I wrote down in the proposal, but I've done a couple of them and they're really insightful. And I think I mentioned Dan Bowman is the guy that the Garden Club had scheduled to talk about conifers in Missouri. Not that they're native, but those that survive here. And I'd done a couple of tree walks with him because Master Gardeners has him periodically. And he's kind of punchy, but he really knows his stuff. And that's probably one of the few things we could do in terms of education through this next summer, when I'm pretty sure we're all going to be distancing quite a bit.
And we could
Might
do
be.
it at like a different park at different times of the year to kind of spread it out across the
Yeah.
community.
So that everybody gets to know all their parks, and, you know, and even our local, you know, our city arborist should be able to help us with that, perhaps.
Right.
Or
And
Yvonne.
yeah, maybe we could ask Joe O. If he would want, because he's the arborist that works for Public Works, maybe he would want to lead the tour. That would be pretty cool.
To, you know, get the tree walk in all the parks, stagger them out over the, you know, over the warm season. Because Yvonne always said we've got to get the citizens so they feel like they have a stake in where they live. And unless we get them in the park knowing what's there, that might be harder to do. So something to explore.
Yeah.
I'll also send you guys a
and
picture I took when I was taking my son back to school in Indiana. I guess it was last year. They had these wonderful tags on trees all over campus that told you the amount of water that they consumed and the amount of carbon dioxide that they processed and took out of the air. It was really cool. And, you know, much to their embarrassment, I was going to every tag on campus. They just wanted to get to where they were going, but I had to read them. And so I took pictures because I thought it'd be a really cool idea to do that maybe here too.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure somebody from Forest Leeward could help us come up with the data. I would love to do that.
Yeah, and it had, you know, the tree name, and especially like if it's a sycamore, how much water it would soak up and everything.
Yeah. Well, there's you probably know about iTree. Tessa, have you heard about iTree? So that's an online program. I forget if it's Arbor Day or what, but that can help us calculate those numbers.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen that.
So it might just be like developing a plan for what that sign looks like and talking with Yvonne about maybe where they could go and how they would get paid for if it's our budget, or maybe somebody like Forest Relief would sponsor that project.
And Deer Creek Watershed, I think, had one of our old Arbor Day celebrations when I first came on. We were at Blackburn Park and they did a tree scavenger hunt type thing where the kids had to go to each tree. And they had a sign, you know, just a ground sign that talked about each tree and how much it absorbed rainwater and all that too. So they've got that. Maybe, I know I borrowed some of their old signs. They kind of threw them out, I think. They were used a lot, but they also have that source for us.
Cool. Well, maybe we could talk to, or I could mention these things to Yvonne. I might reach out to her after this just to check in with her and let her know we missed her, but I could just mention a couple things to her. And then we could talk about them again when we're all back together.
Yeah. I gotta let my dog in.
Okay. The Make a Difference Day project at that I helped lead was at Blackburn Park in the bird sanctuary, and we planted around 250 trees and shrubs. The city, Yvonne and her team came in ahead of time and augured the holes like they have done in the past, so it makes for pretty quick planting. But we probably had 20 people there, 25 people. There were a couple Cub Scouts showed up, but it was mostly the Rotary Club and then a couple people, you know, from the neighborhood. And then there was another group working in the park on the trails there, and they probably had 8 people just mulching trails and working on some stabilization of the paths. So it was a pretty big group over there. And I was impressed by the number of trees that got planted.
I must say that the coordinator, the person that instructed us all, was phenomenal.
I learned a very important lesson. If you're going to demonstrate tree planting, which you always should, right? Don't forget to demonstrate the mulching technique at the exact same time. I had to run, much like you, Linda, I just had to keep running to people to tell them how to mulch.
I know.
Yeah.
It's sad because they see landscapers, you know, working in yards all over town who are just making these perfect volcanoes. And then I explain why, you know, to give the trees a little chance to, you know, drink their water and so forth. And, but that's what they see, unfortunately, all over.
Well, I was on a different project on North Elm, doing the good old honeysuckle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that was on the hillside at, you know, on North Elm. What is that park called? You know, pardon?
The nature
Shady
reserve,
Creek.
nature sanctuary,
Uh,
Shady Creek.
Shady Creek. Thank you very much. Anyway, there were a lot of people there, maybe, 10 or 15, some way into the woods. They were, a couple was in there, and but somebody said that that's done every year. They did it last year and it just grows right back up. And so if it's not brushed with the Roundup, it just comes right back. So somebody wondered if that was just a way to keep us busy and, you know, having to do it every year. I don't know. But is there any plan for the city to come through in the wintertime maybe and try to route out, you know, dig up some of the roots or something? Or I don't know if they follow up with what we did since they could now get in there. I don't know. It's too bad Yvonne isn't here. I don't know.
I don't know, but we can ask her
Yeah, okay.
for sure. I'll write it down.
Yeah,
Did-
because more needs to be done in there. I mean, we got a lot of stuff out of there, but
Joanne, did you guys remove any of the ground cover, the euonymus, or was it mostly
we
just
tried. No, we tried to get up the euonymus too. And yeah, I mean, I did. I don't know what other people did. But yeah, there's a lot to be done there.
Thank you for that update. Did anybody else have, I know Ginger, you were doing something somewhere on Make a Difference Day, weren't you?
Well, I was going to go do stuff at Edgar Road in the back.
Oh, that's
I
right.
wasn't able to get wood chips, so the scouts and I, we're just going to go another day and pull euonymus and put wood chips around the 28 trees that we planted back there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great.
I just manned the table at Gore and Kirkham for the people collecting supplies for the trash bash and people that came to sign in for the honeysuckle sweep.
How many,
Very exciting.
but important. Did
I
you,
got cold, I know that.
Ginger, this next week is supposed to be beautiful in the 70s all week.
Oh, maybe
I
I'll
don't
try
know
to
if
get.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would work, but it'd be sure nicer than having it so freezing cold.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
okay, any other Make a Difference Day updates? Okay, did anybody, I guess I'll just ask about other potential projects for us. I know we talked about a couple cool things already. Does anybody have any other ideas as far as potential projects? Okay.
I wish there was some way that the creek could get cleaned up along Kirkham that is so, I don't know what to say, but I think it's a sewer district and it's some other district and it's just, is there any way to get all the groups together and clean that mess up? I just don't understand it, why it's so difficult to get the cooperation. I don't know.
Which part?
Oh, well, all along Kirkham, you know, just in
The
the
trash
creek.
bash, people at the trash bash were picking up along Kirkham down in the creek bed.
Well, there are
Shady.
trees and shrubs and all kinds of awful stuff growing in the
All
creek.
that stuff is gonna be, yeah,
And that is that the,
that's a major project.
oh, I know it is, but it should be done. I mean, it
Oh,
should,
yeah.
kept up. It's horrible.
For
I
water
think it's an
flow, if
embarrassment
nothing
to the
else.
city. So I just wonder.
Well, I think Yvonne addressed that at another meeting before the pandemic because I remember sitting next to her.
Really? Oh, what did she say? Do you
I don't remember her response. So we can ask her that. And
I've got my notes. What month was that?
I don't remember, but I know it was
I believe February or March or something.
February, even before that.
Okay, I've got January. Well, it doesn't matter, but it's just something to think about. I mean, I don't know.
I do know that I took down honeysuckle last year right at the bridge. What's the street?
Newport?
The Newport Bridge or which bridge?
Shoot.
It was an
Anyway,
elm, right?
Elm, you mean, Tessa?
Well, I was at Elm, I guess. Yeah, it was Elm. And it is treacherously steep on both sides because I was going to go down and start cutting some of that out. So
Really?
at that area, it's really hard to get down that hill with saws or chainsaws. It would be very dangerous, and that might be a reason that part over there has not been cut.
I think you'd have to have some big equipment to do it. You know, I
Yeah.
don't think individuals with their little tools could do it.
Yeah,
And
I don't know
that's-
if brush hogs could even get
Yeah,
to it
yeah.
either.
I think that's where it gets complicated, Joanne, because I believe MSD, would have to do something like that, or I don't even
That
know,
or Department of Natural Resources.
right? Or the Corps, right?
Yeah.
The Army Corps. So that's pretty complicated.
Right.
Okay. So I guess we've got no other new business on our agenda, and I don't have any other updates. And Yvonne is out. She would usually give us an update, so we'll wait for that for next month. And unless, Mickey, you've got something you need to tell us.
Not that I know of. so-
Okay. And then Pam.
That there is no boards and commission holiday party this year due to the budget and, COVID and whatever. So that is not going to happen this year.
So does that mean we'll have a meeting then or not?
It's up to you. It's up to you guys. I'm sure it would have to be Zoom again.
Oh, yeah.
So, do you guys want to make a decision about that right now? Do we want to vote on whether we should just come back in January or
Have we
come back?
got anything pressing?
Oh, yeah, that's next month.
Right. December is right around the corner.
Barely know what-
I don't think, Bill, that we have anything really pressing at this point. Sounds like we got some pretty cool new ideas, and I've got some work to do on the Trees of Distinction program. So, no, I mean, we might all be tired of Zooming for the last 6 months, maybe.
Like I
Right.
told you, these are the only meetings I can hear what's going on.
Well, do we all want to meet just to say happy holidays or something?
I got no problem meeting, that's for sure.
Have a little cocktail party, Zoom cocktail party.
Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
I mean, I don't have anything going on. I could do it.
So are you talking about December 7th or January 4th?
Well, as far as
Yes.
meeting, we could meet probably ourselves just to have a little holiday get together if we want to. I don't even think we need the city necessarily to set that up. We've got other kind of meetup capabilities, but for a meeting itself, we were talking about either skipping the December 7th meeting or having that, or just reconvene January 4th.
Yeah.
So why don't we, does,
Do you want me to make a motion?
Take a vote.
sure,
I move that we move the meeting to January 4th and skip the December 7th meeting.
Can we have a second? Second, okay. Everybody want to vote?
I'll third that.
Aye.
How do we vote? Vote
Aye.
yes? Yes, I mean, I don't know. Oh, I like that.
It's
Ginger.
Pearl Harbor Day.
Okay, Linda, are you good?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, so our next meeting will be January 4th.
Okay.
As a point of information, I had a note from Annie Russell. Her video is not working, but her audio is, so she can hear everything that's going on.
Oh.
So Michelle, if you want to put her down as present there too.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Hi, Annie.
Hi,
She's the
Annie.
little
Long
symbol
time
with
no
name
see.
under it.
Hi, Annie.
All right.
I had a question. If there was any interest in filling our vacant spot on Green Space, has there been any
Yeah.
applicants?
Yes, there has been. I believe there were interviewing a couple of potential future members, and I think Katie said probably by next month, or now it's this month, a decision should be made. So I think there was at least one current member that was renewing. I think was that you, Ginger?
Yeah, I'm renewing.
I am too.
Bill?
And I have decided not to renew because I've done it. Is it a 4-year term or 3-year term? I couldn't remember.
3.
3.
3, so I guess I've done it 9 years at least.
Okay.
So I think
Yeah.
Wow.
make room for somebody else.
Okay, so there would be just, there is at least one vacancy that Katie and Jennifer are working on. They're, going to set up the interviews, and then hopefully sooner than later it'll be filled. I'm sure by the January meeting it will be.
Well, Katie emailed me that there were, I guess if I had not said I'd stay on, there would have been 3 vacancies and
Okay.
they had 2 candidates.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
she said I would not have to be interviewed.
good.
So this is, I don't know, starting my 3rd term? I don't know. I lost track.
You
Time
started in
flies.
2011. You started in 2011.
Wow.
When did I start, Michelle? Do you know?
Who is this, Joanne?
Joanne.
2007.
Oh my goodness, that's too long. Make room for somebody else.
Okay.
But you're so knowledgeable. We need you.
Oh, how is it so? Well, I'd be happy to keep working on any projects with you guys, just extemporaneously or
Yeah.
whatever.
That works.
That sounds good,
Honorary
Joanne.
member.
Yeah, right.
Thank
This
you.
is just food for thought too, when the city council is talking a lot about diversity and trying to encourage people of color to, in my Master Naturalist Chapter 2, we've talked about this, wondering how to reach out to our whole community to maybe fill some of our spots to,
It would be nice. Yeah, it would be great.
be nice to have some input from all kinds of people.
Mhm.
I don't know how to start that or advertise it, or I don't know, it's just food for thought.
It's been done before and just doesn't hold. I mean, it doesn't work for long. I don't know why. It's the same way at the garden, trying to get master gardeners and docents, and it just, I don't know why it doesn't work.
Well, I think that's definitely something to talk about, Tessa. And if we've got two candidates right now, it sounded like from Michelle, we might fill our 2 empty spots pretty quickly, but it's something to think about as we continue to move forward.
Just getting the word out. I don't know if the community really notices unless, I mean, is it just put out on the website? Is it put in the paper at all? I don't remember it ever seeing.
It's put in the paper. I want to say I'm fairly sure it's on the website.
Sorry, maybe in the calendar part, I might have seen current openings and it'll say list us.
I thought I saw it in the
Yeah, it
community days fairly recently, that there was a couple of vacancies.
I guess I have seen it there, but it's so tiny.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if that was ever publicly, you know.
Other than the website or, and I don't believe it is, but I can check with Katie and see exactly how she goes about advertising a vacancy and so forth, but I'll let you guys.
Sort of hanging a poster on a telephone pole. What
Right.
else can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know anything about it until Jennifer Kirkton was on Green Space and reached out to me personally. So, you know, I didn't know how to go about or even knew this existed before. So I just wondered how that was put out there.
Yeah, I stumbled across it looking at boards and stuff when I was looking for something to do.
I wonder if we could, back when the library opens, we could, you know, post a notice there in the library bulletin board, which everybody who goes through there looks at that board.
Pam, are you here?
I see her.
I see you.
Yeah, I had a closed council session just now, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm late. I was looking forward to this meeting, so.
Hey, Pam. Well,
We're
you
about finished.
yeah, you reached us
That's
at the
okay.
very end.
Yeah, it's all right.
So, you know, I can fill you in if you want to kind of just hang on. But we had just selected the January 4th for our next meeting.
Okay.
I'm sure that'll go in the minutes, Michelle.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, no
guess-
council update?
What?
No council update since she's here?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Do you have anything you would want to share with us, Pam?
We are still continuing our city manager position. That's we should have something within the next month or so as far as knowing who that will be. The last phase we did was an interview in person of 6 candidates. So let's see. Nothing really on the development. We did hire a planning firm for our behalf. It's Development Strategies. So they are going to be doing impact studies and things. We're going to be meeting with them tomorrow, kind of, I think, to kind of kick it off. And what else? I think that is pretty much it. I'm sorry I'm not prepared better with news, but that's all I have. Yeah.
Did anybody have any other questions for Pam? All right. Well, Pam, I know you emailed Yvonne today about some sort of quantitative numbers regarding Make a Difference
Yeah.
Day activity. So I can follow up with her tomorrow. Maybe she is at a family emergency tonight, and Mickey's
Okay.
filling in for her. So
Okay.
she might just not have seen that email yet. So I can try and help with that in the short term.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, and especially since we are taking kind of a bit of a recess, if I could end this year with a bang for you all, that would be great.
Yeah. So is your meeting tomorrow?
No, we've changed it to Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
Wednesday, we'll be starting early, I think like 5:30. So if you can get something to me by 4:30, that would be
Okay.
good.
Very good. All right. Well, happy end of the year, guys. Thanks, Joanne. Oh, Joanne's not there.
Yeah, she walked away.
Oh yeah, where'd she go?
She's Joanne is retiring from the committee. Joanne.
I'm here. I had to do something on the stove. Sorry.
Okay. Thanks for all your service, Joanne.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
So,
Yay.
does this end today then, or you know, I don't know when the term ends. Do you have any idea?
It ended last month.
Oh,
Uh,
it
but-
did. Oh, okay, fine. Well, I guess I won't be seeing you guys again in
Like,
another meeting.
Attend meetings.
So-
So,
But anyway, I hope to see you, just as a volunteer.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
We
It's
will
been fun.
definitely reach out to you, Joanne.
Okay, thank
And I'm
you.
really glad to hear, Ginger and Bill, that you're gonna stay on with us. That's exciting to see.
Happy to stay.
I would like to give Joanne a round of applause for 13 long years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you make it sound
Like, yeah, your longest
Wow.
member ever.
That's great.
Be a member emeritus
been
from now
fun.
on. So.
Yeah.
so.
We'll still be
So good
calling.
luck to all of you. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you. And you as well.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for making the time for us tonight.
Thanks, Carrie.
Thank you.
Thanks,
See you
Mickey.
next year.
Yeah, see you next year.
Bye-bye.
Happy holidays.
Okay.
See you
Happy
soon.
holidays to everybody. We'll see you soon.
You too.
hopefully.
Thanks.
Hopefully I'll be back in my
Bye.
house by then.
I hope so.
Bill, Bill, how much are they building it? Are they
Nope.
working on it?
I'm
No?
going on 12 weeks and they haven't started.
Oh, no.
They're waiting on the city right now. Hint, hint, hint.
Mickey's the only one left.
Oh, too
I have
late.
no control over that.
I'm sure Nikki's got a lot of power with building people.
Bill had
You
a
don't
tree fall in his house.
You don't want to make them mad, I know that.
Holy cow,
Okay.
Bill. Well, I'm glad you have a place to live.
Yeah, I am too. Just isn't home.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the same.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
Well, I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope your falls are
Yeah.
great. You get to plant lots of trees and enjoy this nice weather.
Will do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
Take care,
Be
everybody.
safe, everybody.
Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Time for supper.
Yeah.